Definitely confident. They're definitely going to be going for it. Should be a good time. Armani definitely a little more of that confident, fast guesser, but he's been about average guess time here with 30 seconds, at least in terms of the amount of time we have, but a 67% win rate. Impressive.
Yep, 67%, really good so far. He's only played 3 matches so far, Armani. I think is that true of Gingey too? I'm not sure. But Armani, I believe, has won all of his matches 2-1. He considers himself an NMPZ specialist. All of his matches have gone to NMPZ, and he's 3-0 in the NMPZ so far. So he's definitely shown his quality in that regard.
Yeah, definitely. Gingey here, 32 average guess time, similar there, but a lower win rate. So both players, looking to get some points up. They have played less matches than definitely some other people in this league. So good chance for them to gain some points here on the main stage. We're going to be casting it for you. We can take a look here. Armani in that 33rd position, Gingey in that 30th position. Only 1 point difference between the two players. But again, both these players haven't played as many matches as some others in the league. Again, every player will end up playing the same amount of matches. Just got to play out over 20 weeks.
All right. So that looks like Catalan to me, the language on the sign. So that would help the players narrow down a region. Catalan is spoken largely in Catalonia, small parts of far southeastern France or southern France. Gingey's gone in the Basque country. I think the language is Catalan. We'll see if Armani's able to pick up on that or not.
It
is going to be Spain. He's just going in the Spanish part, but it should be further east, yep.
It appears they both missed the language there, but it's okay. Again, both these players I wouldn't consider necessarily big moving players. As you mentioned, Armani, big on the NMPZ, so
yep,
maybe a little less information there from linguistics, things like that.
Yeah, Catalan's a pretty tough language to identify. It looks very similar to Spanish a lot of the time, so I can understand that. We have another Spain round here. I think Armani's got a road abbreviation. It's behind his map, but I think it was BA, which may be Badajoz, which is where he is clicking. So I think Armani's got the right idea. I didn't see where Gingey clicked, but I do like the guess from Armani.
Yeah, it makes sense up too. It's very green over in that area. It does work out well for Armani there, but they're not too far apart, so a couple points down to Gingey's health.
Yep. So good job by Armani using the clues in the second round there. And we will see what they get here. Looks like in Australia. Could be interesting.
They do have some signs there. We'll see if they can recognize anything. The B12, probably a pretty small road if I had to guess. So we'll see if any players can find it. They both look calm, collected, ready to go. Gingey gets in some Gen 1 for a second there, but keeps moving. Bigger sign here from Gingey, by the looks of it.
Sydney, yeah.
But 965 kilometers away. That's gonna be pretty far distance. But he maybe has seen some of those other towns. Oh, he's got a lot of signs here.
Aoyan or Uyan. Armani's in the same area. I think he's got similar information, although Gingey may have a few more towns to triangulate with, but it looks like he's still a bit confused. He's not quite sure what area he's in. Oh, Armani's considering Western. Oh my gosh.
He keeps it. He keeps it there. If he had moved it, that would have been big points. They look pretty close to each other, almost on top of each other. Yep, so we shouldn't see too much there. 4.
All right. Yeah. Both in the wrong state, but still very close. So unable to quite triangulate based off the signs they had, but they were certainly close enough. And it's more Australia. So 2 Spain, 2 Australia. Very interesting start here.
Love it. I love to see it. Quick guess from Gingey. Doesn't even want to look around. Makes a good region guess. I like where he's guessing. We'll see if it pays off.
I do too. I think he's probably pretty close. Armani's got 4 seconds. He's got to hurry, but he's in a similar area.
Works out well for Gingey. That quick guess puts some pressure on with 2.5 times damage. That's 1,600 health down to Armani. Gingey now takes the lead going into round 5. Still a close game though.
Still close, yeah. You get a lot of that really sort of lush, mountainous kind of look in coastal Queensland, which is where both players were there. But that was a really nice guess from Gingey, because that whole coast area can be quite difficult to region guess within. Anyway, this looks like a Germany. I like the East Germany guess from Gingey with the worse road quality. Yeah, similar guesses from both.
Similar guesses, works out a little better for Armani. Gingey takes a couple points damage, but he still holds his lead. We go to round 6.
Already halfway through.
If this game goes the same, it should be Germany again, right?
Wait, it is.
Wait, it is.
What's going on? It is.
It's Germany again.
What is happening? What are the odds of this? This is incredible.
Someone's got to calculate the odds of this for us, please.
I mean, the odds of this are astronomical, surely.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Wow. So double Germany. Gingey, again, just kind of region guessing, not bothering to move, look for signs, just says, what the heck. I've got a good enough idea. I'm just going to go for it. We'll see what Armani does. He's going right in the middle.
Oh, Click Central go next, but Gingey with a really, really good guess there. That's 1,300 down. Armani's still in it, 3,000 health. Especially with the multis, he could come back. I do believe in him. But Gingey holding out strong. Round 7.
Yeah, Gingey really showing that strong region guessing ability that he has. Making some really accurate guesses here. This is going to be Indonesia. We have a ton of palm trees, which is interesting. So I associate this sort of palm tree spam with northern Sulawesi, but the poles I don't think fit, which is why Gingey seems to be unsure.
Yeah, it seems like
wants to go somewhere else.
He's considering Kalimantan.
See if Armani can find a Kabupaten. He's moving. Yeah, he's got something here. It's nothing though.
Nothing important. Gingey has locked in a guess already. We'll see where Armani follows.
Could be big here. Oh my gosh, he's going Maluku. This may be game here.
This is huge points.
It is Cali.
Wow, it's Kalimantan, but it's East Kalimantan, so a pretty big difference. But with the multiplier, that is enough points for Gingey. On the correct island, he takes the moving game.
A nice guess from Gingey. I totally understand the guess from Armani, because where Armani guessed, you also get a ton of palm trees. I'm not sure the polls were quite right for that area, which is why Gingey went Kalimantan. But I 100% understand the guess. But really, really nice performance from Gingey there.
Yeah, very good performance from Gingey. Those region guesses were very impressive, even with little information sometimes. I'm sure that'll pay off well for him as we go into no move as well. We'll see. Maybe Armani can take it to that NMPZ specialty. We will see how it plays out. Both players locking in, getting ready for a little no move action.
Gingey definitely happy to get a win in what's definitely his weakest mode, but then again, it is also Armani's weakest mode, so I don't think Armani's too worried here. And if he can win the no move, he can take it to the NMPZ, where again he feels, I think, very confident.
So round 1 here, no moving. Would appear we have a Colombia. Pretty confident zoom here from Gingey, actually, on a very specific town. We'll see if that works out for him. What does he know? What is he seeing?
I'm not sure, yeah. I do like the guess. I mean, we've got some thatched roofs, which I would imagine would occur more commonly in the north, where both players are going. The way they know it's Colombia, I mean, there's a lot of things, but for one, there's a white signpost by the bridge. You get a lot of white signposts in Colombia compared to the other Latin American countries. But I think it does feel kind of dry, and it's not super mountainous, so it makes sense going a little away from the Andes, still in an area that's quite hilly, so I think both players' guesses are quite good here.
Shouldn't see too many points. Relatively close, no multis. See if anyone can get a really good guess here. Just equidistant. Armani very slightly closer. Little 39 points down to Gingey's health.
Still very impressive guesses from both. I mean, you couldn't quite tell because the map never zoomed out, but 26 kilometers away is extremely impressive on a round like that.
Definitely round 2 here.
Interesting. Okay.
Possibly a Western Australia. Red dirt, the trees, the landscape, all very indicative of the area.
Gingey initially had his pin in South Australia, and he's thinking about it, which is, yeah, my first instinct was definitely Western, but I could see South Australia. It's definitely possible. I understand
for sure.
Gingey's dilemma here. It looks like Armani's more confident in Western Australia, trying to just line up a road here. Gingey is not sure.
You can get some pockets of South Australia for sure that can be quite red, and especially this sort of lighter red, as Western Australia has some very deep red dirt, as well as red like this too. But so South Australia could make sense. We'll see if he does do it. People tend toward Western Australia with the red dirt, but we'll see where it ends up being here with the time up. It is just Western Australia. Gingey a little closer, happy he didn't move.
Very happy. Yep, Australia, a huge country, so even on 1.5x damage, that would have been pretty major had he made that switch.
Go to round 3 now. Players in quick, zooming around, looking. Turkey, confident from Gingey. Makes a lot of sense. Architecture pulls. I believe we do have a Gen 4 cam, white car, antenna.
Yep, lots of good clues for Turkey. I think both players are... Neither of them is going to have a problem with this, but the region guess is a little more difficult. Looks like they're both pretty close to the middle here. Not taking any major risks. I like it. I could see it being more east as well, but I'm not really sure. Turkey's a tough country. It's just a bit north.
Just a bit north. Both players, similar guess. Very central. Not too much to talk about there as we move on to round 4.
Instantly zooming into Mexico. I like it with the agave plants that we see all around the road here. You get lots of those around Mexico. We do have a building that has, I think, sort of more white bricks that building is made of, maybe, which is more common towards the east of Mexico, although again we only have one house, so it's not like it's that clear. But Armani's guess is a little further west, so we'll see what happens here.
Gingey is very good at Mexico, considered one of the best, so we'll see. Yeah, he makes a really good guess there. With 2.5 times damage, that's going to be some decent points down to Armani. That's 2k damage done. Big lead here for Gingey now. Pretty close to flawlessing. Hasn't taken much health at all. Only that 39-point round. We go to round 5.
Gosh, is this new Oman coverage? It looks like it, yeah. And this could be significant because Oman is deceptively large. And Armani's in Kazakhstan. Okay, well...
Oh, wow.
This is definitely going to be significant if... Which is it? Gingey's not sure.
Gingey's considering...
I'm not either, to be 100% honest with you. Because western Kazakhstan can be really dry. He's going Kazakhstan now. Or maybe he was just laughing because his first instinct was Oman and he realized he was wrong, but...
Yeah, maybe.
I can understand the confusion for sure on a round like this. No signage or anything.
Makes sense. Both players are now finally in a pretty similar area, I believe. Is Gingey considering
China? What is he doing?
I don't know. Just picking a random spot to zoom in.
And it's Oman. Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. That's amazing.
Gingey drops a GG. That was incredible.
What a round. Yeah, I mean, my first instinct was Oman, but I mean, I don't know. I don't even know the difference either. I don't know if there are subtle differences in the car meta, but to be honest, that's something I would expect the players to know, so maybe the car is just the same. I'm not sure.
It might be the same car. I think it would make sense. I do know off the top of my head they look quite similar, so... I see it. We go to round 6 now.
Oh my goodness.
The players
Armani
finding what they can.
A little unhappy with that, knowing that he's behind and needs to win this game, and could have done it there.
Could have, but he was confident.
In Kazakhstan the entire round. Yep. So this is interesting. I don't see much here. Is it France or I guess Spain? I mean, Gingey's in Spain, so
there seemed to be a little highway sign that looked like those Spanish highway signs. I think is what they're basically going off of here.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't spot that yet, but. Oh, that thing over there.
That right there, yeah, on Armani's screen. It's just near Madrid. I mean, Armani's a little closer. That's a little bit of a hit to Gingey there.
He'll take what he can get. 4 rounds to go, and he needs to get those points back.
Definitely round 7 now. 4 times damage. This is a moment where a comeback could be made, especially with only about a 2k difference in health here. Definitely possible for Armani. Keep it alive. Take his NMPZ dreams to fruition. We'll see, though. It looks to be a Brazil here. Oh, we have a Manaus guess here from Armani. Quite interesting. Oh, switching to Acre. I like that a lot more. This sort of dry, lightly hilly. Oh,
they're
wow.
switching around.
Big difference. Oh,
and now he's back to Manaus. Now Gingey's in Belém. I mean, I don't know. It's certainly Amazonian Brazil. You have this sort of dense green vegetation with these palms that sort of come out like fountains almost, is what the leaves do. Those are very common in the Amazon. But the players' guesses are very different here. We could see big points on offer.
Big country, big points, Jake. 3 seconds to go. Pretty different guesses. It is Acre. And Armani was there at first. That could have won him the game if he had stayed. He still does deal a lot of damage down to Gingey. And now Armani with almost a 2k point lead.
Yep. So both players had that idea, but that's the thing about Brazil. It's so tricky. This is interesting, though. Gingey... It's worth noting, Armani is a very strong US player. Stronger than you might expect. So you might think that Gingey has a big home field advantage here, but I'm not sure that that's the case. Armani is very, very strong as well. We will see, though. This definitely looks like I could see far North California. I could see Oregon or Washington.
I like it a lot as well.
That's mostly what the players are considering. I don't see yellow things on the polls, which are the California indicator, but it's worth noting I have had rounds in Modoc County in the far northeast that have not had those, so I still can understand Gingey's guess for sure.
Gingey from California, maybe a little bias, wants it to be there. We'll see. I could see it as well. It is an amazing guess from Gingey. He's on it. 4.5 times damage. That's a decent hit to Armani, but Armani still holds his lead, but takes 1,000 points of damage.
Honestly, really impressive guess, not only from Gingey, but also from Armani. I mean, if he's even a little bit farther away there, he probably loses, so still a really impressive region guess, but Gingey's guess was quite amazing. Big Sidwell, is this...
Very quick zoom from Gingey. Armani in Saskatchewan, Gingey in Quebec. This is huge.
It says Lake Sidwell? Is that what it says? Or Lake... It looks like English at the very least. So Gingey is switching to Ontario.
Switches to Ontario. That'll lessen the distance, but 5 times damage. If they stay in their current provinces, this game is over.
Yep. I don't see any front plates on the cars, which would make Ontario unlikely. Ontario uses front plates on its vehicles, so if anything, I think I prefer Armani's guess here, but it's hard to say.
Armani possibly lined up a lake that he might like, but he's still looking around. We'll see. This is a big difference here. I think this is going to see us the game. Armani!
Wow!
He did line it up. Not perfectly, but pretty much. He takes the win on such an impressive guess in North Saskatchewan. Wow! He takes it to NMPZ.
What a guess from Armani. And I think, with the lack of front plates, I think the guess made a lot of sense to go Saskatchewan, Alberta kind of area there. But incredible being only 8 kilometers away on that. And definitely a deserving guess to win that game.
Amazing stuff there from Armani, and now he has taken it to his preferred mode, NMPZ. We know Gingey likes it too, however, so really could see anything happen here. I think this is going to be a close, exciting match. Seems we had a little bit of a technical issue there, and we missed a bit of the first round, but we do get to see the breakdown. Nothing too much, 300 points.
Armani undefeated as of yet at NMPZ. We'll see if he can keep that going. It's like an Urban Brazil. Urban Brazil's always tricky.
Yes, especially NMPZ. Armani with a quick lock in Bahia. Gingey, where will he follow? It seems he has a pin down in Goiás by the looks of it.
Yep. Similar guesses, but still decently far from each other. It's just a little bit more north.
just farther north. 66. Nothing too much there. I will say, personally, I saw one of my favorite NMPZ games last weekend from Gingey. So, hopefully we get similar excitement.
Yep.
Quick Bangladesh.
Yeah, both of these players are super, super strong in NMPZ, so that makes this a very fun matchup. Gingey is deliberating. He does go Kulna, but being east.
Not too much there. 56. Simply doing chip damage. Racking up the multis. Keeping it a close game. Yeah.
Wow, both players instantly zooming Bulgaria. It makes sense with this sort of spring coverage and the bad road quality, I think, is both things you quite commonly find in Bulgaria. So again, I think guesses make sense for both players here. Gingey going pretty far east.
This is that NMPZ confidence we like to see, though, from Armani. The quick guess. He doesn't end up being closer, but very correct in the country. But Gingey, very impressive guess, dealing 1,000 damage to Armani.
Gingey in the correct province, really impressive. He might have known some sort of coverage meta there, but that's a great guess. Urban Brazil again. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Oh my, not too much information to go off. There might be some phone numbers over there. Possibly can the players see that? If there's a phone code that could help. It doesn't seem like it is noticeable, though. They're just considering a similar region guess.
I think so. I think those are phone numbers, but I don't think they have area codes in front of them. Yeah. I mean, if they did have area codes, the players would be using them. So I think it's nothing, and they're just trying to vibe guess the round.
Would appear that way.
Considering Mato Grosso, which is very far from where his bin is. Armani just sticking with the Bahia, I guess.
Is he considering the Horaima? No, he's not going to switch. He's going to keep it there. We'll see.
And it is Bahia this time. Great guess from Armani.
That is an amazing guess from Armani. 3,300 damage down to Gingey. Armani's now got a pretty big lead.
But in NMPZ, that can evaporate immediately. This is Misiones. Yeah, both players are going to know this. So you'll see this sort of red soil in this panhandle, this northeastern panhandle in Argentina. You also have the yellow and white center lines, whereas in Brazil, you would just find yellow center lines. So the fact that I think some of them are white, is pretty much confirmation that it's Argentina, not Brazil. And with this kind of soil, you basically have to be in the northeast. So there's going to be like no damage dealt here, basically.
Not much at all, but Armani a little closer, holding the lead.
Yep.
I know 6 actually. With 3.5 times damage, it's a relatively big hit. Those points could definitely make the difference.
Yep. Right, you are 4 rounds to play. I would go Poland here. Yeah. He's sort of, I don't know what they are. They oak trees. These trees on lining the road are super common in Poland. So
the Polish tree row is what I was taught many years ago. The classic.
Yeah, ends up in the middle, but Gingey was considering going pretty far west here. Good thing he didn't.
Yeah, very good thing he did. They basically make the same guess there. Couple points down to Armani, but he holds his lead. We go to round 8.
Armani just so consistent in MPZ. It's really impressive. From just a still photo. He always has a vibe immediately. Although he's zooming into Egypt, so I'm not sure. Okay, Turkey. Gingey is all over the Mediterranean, though.
Gingey is going to commit Turkey by the looks of it, considering Crete possibly in Greece. But both players seem to be committing a similar area, unless Gingey decides to move it here. Oh, he does move it more west coast. Now their guesses are pretty much on top of each other. He's really considering Crete here, or even Spain, zooming in. I like that he shows us what he's thinking by his zooms.
I do like that. It makes it fun to commentate. Oklahoma, oh my gosh. What is going on?
He's zooming in Oklahoma City here. Maybe he's messing with us.
He might be. Armani, I think, has basically not moved his pin the entire round. He's just like, I think this is Turkey. I'm sticking to my guns.
We'll see both.
Talia, he doesn't.
Doesn't, yeah, both players end up being really close to each other. Armani closer, that north coast almost.
Enough.
That's going to be enough to win him the NMPZ game. Wow, after such an impressive no-move win, he takes it to the preferred mode, and he takes the entire matchup.
Armani's such an impressive NMPZ player. Really, really fun to watch him play. It's, yeah, 4-0 in NMPZ, and I can totally see why.